Is this frequency open? Is this frequency open? CQ, 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 WX0, MIK, Whiskey X-ray 0, Mike India Kilo. CQ, 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 WX0, MIK. Hello and welcome to the next edition of the Mike Wills Podcast. This is the Dog Days of Podcasting edition for August 31st, 2019. I am WX0MIK, otherwise known as Mike Wills. Today I am putting up an antenna, or at least assembling it. I don't think, based on time now, I will be able to put it together or put up on the roof, but I do want it at least working on the ground so you can see it completely finished. I'll probably do part 2 in the next couple days as I actually get up on the roof and show you the final result. So it'll be a bunch of short little clips in various stages throughout the way, and again, putting up an antenna up on my roof. I want to show you what I have in my truck here so far. So right here I have antenna that was like $35, I think, or something like that on Amazon. I have it strung here underneath, and then this is what I'm driving with right now. So I have a little UV5R sitting here, and then here's the cable to the antenna, and then I have this hooked up. So I turn that on, and then I can talk through there. The only problem with that setup is you can't see the radio. So it's really hard to scan, but it works good if you have a couple known repeaters that you talk to, and then you don't have to look at it too much. So next we're going to start setting up this up on the roof. So what I got here so far. So this is what you call a Slim Jim antenna. It's 58 inches tall. It's made of solid copper. It's 3/4 inch. Menards called it red copper. I don't know what the difference is. It seemed thicker and heavier, so I went with that. I have little spacers here, so this is 2 inches wide, and I can put the link to how to make this in my show notes, of course. And then this coax I got for free. I was at a ham group and they brought a bunch of stuff, just happened to bring a bunch of stuff, so I did that. This is currently 3/4 of an inch from, or 3 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. And and that was kind of based on recommendations. It works, but I have a SWR meter now, so I can test that out appropriately. And then this, just bought this today. This is just a regular old antenna stand. Then we have this pipe here, which I found in my dad's shed, that we can use as a support. And then we put this on top. I don't know how tall we're gonna get on that, but we'll find out here ultimately. So I am going to get the rest of my stuff together, and then we will first we'll test this to make sure the positioning is right. Then we'll figure out how to solder this on permanently on both sides. I have an actual adapter. I'll need to figure out how to solder this and put in an actual adapter on there, so the other end will look like this without the little busy. So then I have oh man, I forgot the name. They call it V8 or UHV adapter. It's really I want to call it SJ279. That's not right. But I'll link to all this stuff in the show notes so you can find all this. So I want to put one end on both sides, so you just mount it in here. You create a loop down here that is recommended for just about anything you put up for antennas. And then we mount that sucker to the PVC. This is actually sunlight resistant, so it should hopefully last a little bit longer. I may paint it down the road, but at least for now. And then we have this pipe. We will see how this works. This is the plan, and it will go up there somewhere. So that's the plan. I'll do a few jump video cuts as I go through, and we'll see how this works. First time creating an actual quote YouTube video, so please bear with me. Play with this SWR meter slightly to see how this works. So this is what I got, the SW33 Mark II. Again, link in the show notes. And this is what it looks like. So here's my radio. This is my RD5R. So we're going to turn it on. Again, brand new. I just tested this once to see if it worked before I did anything else. So if you look, it's set on SWR mode now, and it's really hard, but it's the bottom light, so it's SWR. You hit the power button once, it is now watt. So if I hit transmit, so I turn this on, and I really should be doing this. Here we go. There, I put it in simplex mode, 145520. I hit the button, and I'm at about 4.4 watts. So if I hit band on this, sorry. Let's see, there we go. We're on 446. Try it now. They're actually putting out 5. Well, that's interesting. Normally it's lower. Okay, so next we are going to try to mount this up, and then we're going to hook this up, and we're going to see where our SWR is on this antenna. So you see, I temporarily have it up there. If you look, I have this just held up with some zip ties just to temporarily hold it up there. And then I still have this sitting here pretty good. So this is on my mark that I determined was pretty good. I got about 60 feet of cable. This is not good cable for this. This is just RG58. RG58U, I don't know if yep, there we go. RG58U, about 60 feet. This is probably the worst cable to use for this, but that's what we're going to use because that's what you got. So we're going to turn this sucker back on. And so if you look while that's turning on, milliband for 2 meters is about 146, I believe. So we're going to shoot for right about 146. So we are in the low section here, which is SWR. So let's see what happens. Oh, and I have the radio set to low here. So we got it set to 146. We press and hold. Oh, I might not got a big enough reading. Oh, there we go. So we got, I know it's blinking probably on here, but 105. That is really good. Crap. I don't have to do a damn thing. So let's do one other thing here. And let's change bands here. And 146, let's see here, 70 centimeter, 420 to 450. Come on, brain. 30, probably 435, I would imagine. So let's just set to 435. So 4, I gotta do it this way, 3, 5, 0, 0, oops. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so we're probably about the middle of the band for 70 centimeter. So let's see what we get here now. 1.1, I know it's again blinking, 1.15. You know what? I'm frickin' doing it right there. You can't do much better than 3 3/4 inches on this full thing. So what my plan is now is I'm going to hike this up to here somewhere, and then I'm going to figure out mounting area here. I'm going to put a few bolts in here to make sure this doesn't move and wobble and so on. Strength wise, I think we're actually pretty good. It might flop a little bit. I really just want to see how this works. You do have to keep some separation between the metal and this metal because it will start using that as an antenna as well. and that's not a good thing. So here's the plan. We're going to solder this piece of copper wire into here, and then this is the connector. This is SO239, and then we'll solder into here. And I think I'm going to do that first, and then this gets soldered in right here. And this is the one I'm going to question. I think I need to use the big solder iron to get that one mounted on there. So that's the plan. I will be back after I get that done. Oh, and by the way, free soldering iron from same time I got the cable. I was like, hey, you know what? Grab a free solder iron. It saves me money. So, let's see what happens here. I might have to take this pipe off. This plastic pipe, I'm trying to keep it on here because I want to not have to use too many of these things. So, we'll see. Smoker while we're working here. I just filled up the wood. Let's see what the meat looks like. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks good. So that little solderer didn't really work, but I had to bring out the big boy in order to get this all in here. But it should be, I think that looks pretty good. Now, that one definitely looks good. I am definitely not known, hopefully, yeah, I'm definitely not known for my soldering ability. So hopefully I don't have any cold solder joints here and everything is properly soldered in. So we are gonna mount this sucker back up after it cools and try the SWR again just to make sure we didn't screw anything up. And then we are ready to put it back up. Okay, so before I go tend to my fire down there, here it is hooked up. And this is what they call the ugly balance. It's about, I think I actually got about 6, but about 5-6 coils. It's supposed to be about 4 to 5 inches. It was close, probably about 3.5, but I found this big ass pipe here, so I figured I'd use that. So all you have to do is attach this to this, and you're good to go. So final part, I don't think I will be able to get up on the roof today. So there'll be a part 2, but I want to try and get the other end on so I can test this out before I wrap it up for today. So next time you see me, we will have that ready. So we have the antenna all hooked up now. I soldered this on, so this should work. I got a 102 now for the SWR on 1446, and then if I go to 1435, 435 000. I do the same test. I get 1.3, which is absolutely great and within range. So we have a working antenna. Let's try to make a call. WX0MIK, doing an antenna check. Is this working? So I'm getting the repeater, the old ID. And meanwhile,
0 0
wrong
6
one.
0 6 0.
This is the 240 repeater that we, or 440 repeater that we use. Now let's just try this one. WX0MIK. Is anyone out there listening? Huh? Hey, thanks for answering. I was just testing out my antenna. Now that I have everything hooked up here, I just built a a Slim Jim antenna. So I'm just final test before I put it up on the roof.
Hi.
Boy, if I had a Slim Jim, I'd be tempted to eat it.
Can you repeat that again? I didn't quite understand.
I say if I had a Slim Jim, I'd be tempted to eat it.
I got it now. Well, good. It sounds like it must be working here. So, thanks for the test here. WX0MIK.
Are you located?
I am near Mount Cato, so I know distance-wise I'm not too far. But right now I just have it, I don't know, 4 feet off the ground. So if it's working there, it should work even better on my roof.
Yeah, you should have no problem there. I'm just sitting here at Coles, so go ahead, raise her up, and you'll need somebody else.
Yeah, at this point, it'll probably a Monday project. So, at least I know it's working. That was kind of my goal for today. So, thanks for getting back to me, and hope to see you around. WX0MIK73.
All right, well, the weather service tells me that there's a chance of some severe weather on Monday, so take that into consideration too. KA0ISA.
Oh yeah, I'll be watching it like a hawk before I go crawl up on the roof here. So if it doesn't work, I just do it a different day. Have a good evening. WX0MIK. Bye. Bye. Okay, so that is proof that the antenna works. So here it is, one more time. The ugly bellin, my connection here with SO239, my family waving to you. And there it is, 58-inch antenna. It'll be about 5 feet in the air, 6 feet in the air when I'm done, and it'll be sitting up there. So until next year, this is the final episode of the Dog Days of Podcasting, day number 31, and getting it out with a bang of having a good antenna. So this is WX0MIK, and the frequency, I guess, is now clear. Bye. The frequency is clear. WX0MIK 73.